This segment of the War Report is brought to you in part by RogueShop.com. If you're in need of high-quality, all-natural herbs and extracts that contribute to a happy, healthy lifestyle, the Rogue Shop is the place for you. With a variety of products that contribute to a healthy sleep, lower stress, and a happy mood, the Rogue Shop has you covered. Visit them at DRogueShop.com and use code REPORT today. Tell them the War Report sent you. What's up, War Report family? We are back with another weekly edition of Facts and All. Fellas, y'all ready to do this?
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Let's get it kicked off like this. Facts or all, Auburn basketball will lose at least 2 games in the month of February. What do we think?
I'm going nah. Pretty much a nah here. I think Auburn loses at least 1 game. I see us having one ranked opponent at this moment, with Tennessee being that team on the road. Of course, Florida played us pretty tough at home. We have to go to their house next month. Bama is at home, and they're going to want to get some get back on us. I think between those games, of course, Arkansas is out there as well. Not a bad team, scrappy team. There's opportunities for us to lose a game, but seeing us lose 2 games in the month of February, I think we slip up once. I don't see us doing it at least twice, so I'm going nah.
I think I'm going to actually go facts on this, not because I feel like anybody on our schedule is a better team than Auburn. I just feel as if, everybody has off nights and, other teams have good nights. C already mentioned a couple of teams that I think are plausible losses for us. That is the Florida game again, Tennessee possibly, Bama, and then Texas A&M I think is the other team. So of those 4, could we drop 2 of those? Yeah, it's possible. I don't know how likely that is. I do think that Auburn's a better basketball team than all of the 4 teams mentioned there, specifically those other guys. But hey, it is what it is. Every now and then you're going to take an L that you're not supposed to. I'm not really too concerned about that as long as we are picking up the W's in March. So I'm going to go facts for right now, but we'll get them back later.
Yeah, I'm going to go nah on this one. No shades tonight, but the sunshine is pumping. I'm going nah on this one because we don't play Kentucky in the month of February. So if we don't lose that one, I think we go undefeated through the month of February. And I'll tell you what, after not ranking us number 1, I think this Auburn team wants get back. So we're going to keep winning until they rank us number 1 twice in a row. Nah.
Facts or nah, guys? An Auburn basketball player will score a season high of 30 points in a game this season. What y'all think?
Yeah, I'm actually going to go nah on this one as well. I don't know. It just feels like if anybody was going to do that, it would be Mr. Smith. However, this team, the 30-point game kind of smells of hero ball. I don't see anybody on this team playing hero ball. They distribute the ball very well. There are a ton of contributors. I don't think we'll need a 30-point game from anybody. And Bruce Pearl likes to rotate 10 guys. So I don't know, unless you're going to go wild in a really crazy stretch, I don't know anybody gets enough minutes necessarily to get to 30 points. So I'm going to go nah on this one.
I am going to go facts on this one. Jabari was in the mid-20s already once this season. He makes a couple of more buckets. He is actually at 30 already in that game. He had enough shots to be able to produce 30 points. So I think that he can do it. The other person I would look for to possibly do this is KD Johnson. I think he can get on listen, if KD Johnson gets on a hot shooting streak, he's not going to stop shooting the ball. He's going to keep shooting and keep shooting and keep shooting. So, yeah, I'm going to go facts on this one.
Yeah, I'm going to go facts here as well. I think in a tough game where Auburn's going to need to look at maybe 1 or 2 guys to really assert themselves like we experienced in the Bama game recently, it was Jabari. You saw Wendell Green go off as well in that game. And it's going to come down to a point to where usually Auburn depends on a group effort with guys scoring, coming off the bench, sharing minutes and whatnot. But there's going to come a few games, maybe even in tourney time, SEC tournament, NCAA tournament, where Auburn actually is going to need one of our star players to actually be a star player. And I think Jabari is up to the task. I think Wendell can get hot. Ike mentioned KD. I think we have a couple of guys who are capable of doing it. We don't depend on that, so it doesn't happen. But the way Jabari got to 25 in what seemed fairly easily against Bama makes me think that it's definitely possible. So I'm going to go facts here, just on the strength that we may actually need that production in a tough game. So facts.
All right, fellas, facts or nah? Auburn's leading receiver in 2022 is going to be a guy that comes from the transfer portal. What are you thinking?
I am actually going to go nah. I think our leading receiver is actually already on campus, and someone who probably has not had a chance to really shine in this offense. And again, I don't know what this offense is going to look like with the new OC. What impressions are made with the new OC? What opportunities lay await for these receivers? So I'm looking forward to seeing some names that we've been boasting on our channel for quite some time actually get an opportunity to shine with some defections here and there, people coming back. Shed was the second leading receiver on this team. He could be the number one guy this upcoming season, especially him coming on as a possession receiver. I'm looking for Malcolm Johnson, Capers. The list goes on of guys that we were excited about going into last year. I think this is their time to shine, if ever. I'm going to go nah. The receiver is actually already on campus. We do need some receiver. We do need a receiver too out the portal, but I think our leading receiver is already on campus.
Yep, I'm going to go now on this one as well because Malcolm Johnson is already on the team, guys. He's going to be catching bombs from whatever quarterback is going to be throwing better deep balls in 2022. So I'm going now on this one. I don't think we need it. I think we have a supremely talented wide receiver room that will benefit from year two and the Brian Harsin era.
I'm going to go for the clean sweep and say nah on this one. Like, I'm not even confident that we pull in a receiver from the portal at this point in time. But if we do, I don't know that that person is going to be the leading receiver. And when we think about leaders in receptions, it's going to be who gets the most targets. I think it's going to be someone like Javarius Johnson, who's going to be catching a lot of the, screens and slants and that sort, and he can also take the top off. Or it's going to be a guy like Dawson, who didn't get a lot of minutes last year, but I liked his ability to just take the top off of a defense in that Houston game on that one play. I was just like, okay, kid's got some burners. And if he's as talented as we heard about last offseason, him getting more opportunities and more snaps this season will result in more targets and more yardage. I think he has an opportunity to be up there at the top of that. And let's not forget about the guy. If he's classified as a receiver, so we're just talking about receiving targets, Landon King might be a true receiver this year that will be able to do something in that group as well. So we already mentioned Shedrick Jackson was the second leading one. Nah, I think, the guy who's going to be the leader of that wide receiver group is already suiting up for orange and blue. So I'm going to go nah.
Well, you guys know what time it is. It's time for our fan question of the week. This week's fan question comes from our guy, Colton BB. That's Colton_BB21 on Twitter. And he asks, facts or nah, Auburn has a starting QB decided before fall practice. Fellas, what do we think?
Yeah, I'm going to go nah. I don't think that it's not plausible. I mean, listen, last year we came in with a quarterback that was already here for a few seasons prior to, so he had multiple years of starting experience, and we still didn't have a decision made. I think that this coaching staff wants to have the competition go as far as it possibly can, and unless there's a mass exodus at the position or injuries happen, there's very little chance that we have a quarterback that's decided before fall camp. I'm going nah.
Yeah, I'm going to go nah here as well. And one of the things I've noticed about Harsin since he's been here is that when it comes to personnel decisions, he doesn't rush to make those decisions. And I don't think this year is going to be any different, especially with the QB room being revamped and looks a lot different than what it does a year later with basically 3 new quarterbacks coming into that room in this spring. So I think Harsin is going to take his time with these QBs. He's going to evaluate these guys in winter workouts, spring practice, summer workouts, because he's focused on the details and the simple things, and he's going to be looking for that to see who emerges as a leader. And I think that can carry well on into maybe even game 1, game 2. He may not even make a decision until sometime in September, depending on how close the competition is. And if it's a good competition, I actually kind of want it to extend into the fall. I don't want it to be as decisive. So I'm going to go nah here.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go facts on this one. I think somebody takes the reins early in fall practice and definitely cements the job before fall. So not necessarily just after spring, but after what kind of was a tumultuous end to the season. I think Harsin is going to be seeking some stability. I think you have some guys in there that may be able to separate themselves early. And in the summer, during summer workouts, I think we see somebody lock the job down so that everybody understands their roles headed into the season and they're prepared to contribute on the level that they should be contributing where they're at. So I'm actually going facts. I think Auburn figures it out early this year. Well, that's it for another great edition of Facts or Not, brought to you by therogueshop.com. Go check them out for all your herbal supplements. But listen, guys, we want to hear from you. So if you want to get your question featured on this segment, hit us up on Twitter or Instagram, #FactsOrNaw, and we'll get your question up on the next segment. Other than that, you know where to find us. We are The War Report on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TW Report on TikTok. Fellas, we're signing off. And as always, War Eagle.
War Eagle.
War Eagle.